Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Steins Gate Zero. And it is episode 3. You know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, please go down into my descriptions, follow the link, replace the circumflex.parts with real dots and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, okay, we have new characters in play. Finally. So, there are 3 new girls. Fubuki, Kaede and Yuki, as far as I got that one. One of them was the girl I talked about the last time, about the intro, you know. Because she was in there and at least a bit prominent, so I thought she might be interesting. But in general, this episode very much is about this relationship that is building between Amadeus and Okarin in the end. And especially in the end, the danger that is in this. I mean, the question here is, and I think I discussed it the last 2 times as well, how far can Amadeus go? How far can this, in the end, AI, this computer, develop feelings? Is Amadeus able to really feel something? Or is he just extrapolating how he should act? I'm talking of he because computer is male in the term, not because Amadeus is male in general. It's at the moment it's more female. So that's the question. Is it real feelings, real joy? Is it real, possibly even love that might be happening there? Or is it the extrapolation of how it should be? Maybe like used from the memories. I mean, Amadeus is using the memories of Marquise Kurisu. And by having those, he kind of knows how love in general is meant to be, is perceived, is felt in this world. So what love is, what feelings are. So, and in general thus knows how to react. And that's the question here. Is it really acting or is it real? Because there is a major difference. If it is just acting and extrapolation, and Amadeus just acts as though he is happy, as though he is sad, as though he or she is in love, falling in love, whatever, you could possibly make him turn it off when it is inappropriate or when it is even dangerous. And yes, I mean dangerous because, as we all know, when you come to emotions, people start to behave illogical. And that's a dangerous thing for a computer. If a computer is doing illogical things, there are multiple things. On the one hand, you don't know what to make out of him, you cannot trust him. And the other thing is, it might even endanger the computer itself. Because normally, a computer works on 0, 1. It works on yes or no answers. It works on complete truth, on facts, based on facts, on programming and so on and so forth. But feelings very often don't care about those things. Sometimes we even do things opposed to the fact because we feel like it. So that's the question. How much of it is real? From what I've seen, I would say there is something real happening. The last reactions from the Amadeus interface, in this case Marquise Kurisu, where genuinely like Marquise reacted in the past. And it is not a memory that Amadeus has, so it is a new reaction. It's very much the same that she would have had. So, is it really like a perfect copy of the mental state and everything, the so-called soul of Marquise Kurisu? I cannot say for sure. I really don't know. So that's the one thing. I see the dangers that Moeka is warning before off, because you can see that Rintaro is getting completely absorbed in his discussions with Amadeus. He's carrying Amadeus around, he's showing him everything. He brings him to special places, and in many ways he really opens his heart already. Especially the last moments when they talked on the rooftop. That was a personal, a human discussion between two humans opening up their hearts and souls. And he was completely, in this moment, in my opinion, completely unaware that he was talking to an AI. For him, it was, in this case, Marquise Kurizu. And he has lowered his guards in this moment, which means he can be heard easily and very, very much, which is what Maho is warning about. So I'm on a split view here. I guess most of you were at this moment. On the one hand, you want to make sure he's not falling too much because it is an AI, and we don't know what can happen there. On the other hand, we really want him to be happy. We really maybe even want him to prove that this is the one AI that is going further, that is able to develop romantic feelings and everything. But even if, what then? You know? Where will this head to? I mean, you can have a... what kind of a relationship should that be? I mean, I have a little bit, very little bit background knowledge when it comes to some things society-wise in Japan. And I know there are people who like hide in their rooms, never leaving it, or are even living permanently in cafes, kind of secluding themselves from society, creating not real existing girlfriends and stuff alike. This would be something, having an AI, having a computer program, whatever, that is able to act as a real girlfriend, even maybe even being like it, you know? You would seclude people completely from society there, unless the program tells you to go outside, you know. So you cannot have a relationship bodily wise. I meaning there's no touching, no kissing. There's no chance of ever having kids or anything with this person. Even saying person there is a question, you know. So I don't know if I think this is good or bad. It's a weird thing, but it's an interesting concept. So I like it that they bring it up, because that's something we may have in the future very well. Maybe not in form of an AI, but in many ways we have it already. I mean, if you look, we have things like different, how to call it, sorry, searching for the word here, programs that help you schedule your life. So here at my place, as example, we have from Amazon, we have Alexa. There is these Google boxes where you can talk to with as well. We have Siri, stuff like that. All those programs that enable you to talk with a program, with a computer, to make them schedule your life, order stuff you need, and so on and so forth. And I'm pretty sure there are already some people out there who start to more and more personalize those things, like giving them other names, making them doing their schedule, and so on and so forth. So it starts to become like a secretary for your life. It's only a matter of time if you want, as an industry, to get your those who pay your stuff closer to you, that you start personalizing those more and more, getting them more on the friendly side, you know. And this is where it's the first step already. We are there. I've read about people having robots at home to keep them a company. It was a project, I think in Japan as well, where they tried to give to old people some kind of home robots that they that just in the morning tell them the news from the paper, what's going on in the area, so that these old people can talk to someone there and have something in their house. But it is the beginning. So where is this road leading to, and when is it becoming dangerous? If you look at it from a sci-fi standpoint, which I'm quite adamant with, I read a lot of science fiction. It's one of the scenarios for the world, except for World War III. Another one is that we ourselves are right now creating things, robots, AI, and so forth, that may one day take over. And the question there is, will they do it on a good or on a bad side, you know? So there's a lot of this in the series, although just slightly hinted. So, looking forward to it. It's really, I like it. It's going into an interesting direction. That's the one thing here. Number 2 in this episode, however, we see right here. So we have everyone at a party. And I mean everyone, even new characters we have not met before. I guess they will have at least a bit of a point in this series. I like it that they bring it in because they show that there are other people who are in friendship with, in this case, Mayuri. And it seemed like they very much thought that Mayuri and Okarin are like a couple. So it's interesting to see of them. Even the little girl is there, but not Mr. Brown, interestingly enough. But what stands out to me is we now have Moeka and the professor there as well. Those are very clever people. 2/3 or half of the persons in this room at this moment know about the time machine and know about Marquise Kurizu. Could or should have been saved by the time machine, at least being tried to. The other half has no clue. We have seen those people before, the one half that knows stuff, and we know how they are. It is only a matter of time until one of them, and not saying Daru, but I'm thinking it, stumbles somehow and may say something without thinking at this moment about it. Just by accident, you know? Or there will be a discussion like, too bad that someone is not here today, there was one more. Stuff like that. You never know how it's going. Especially those two persons, the professor and Moeka, are, I just give it to them, so intelligent that they will be able to put one and one together very, very fast. That's one thing here. The other thing is Amadeus being carried around by Okarin, being shown many things of his personal life, of the area where he's in. He turned away from the one building where we know the time machine is on instantly. And there are many, many other things. And she sees the lab, she sees the people around, and so on. So, when it comes to being intelligent for the professor and Moeka, we should never underestimate Amadeus in the background. On the front, it looks like Marquise Kurizu, but on the background, you have a high capacity CPU, a very, very powerful computer that is able to extrapolate from general data, other stuff you couldn't think about. So, I'm not saying right now Amadeus is already on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in the future Amadeus would be able to put very unspecific things together and become aware of that there is something special about Okarin and this group of people, and that there is something that is even more important or worthy to find out than it is told him now. And we never know. I mean, Marquise Kurizu was very, very someone who always wanted to know stuff. She's a researcher, she said herself here as Amadeus. So I see a danger there that Amadeus might become suspicious and maybe even find out about the time machine. And being Marquise Kurizu in the backbone, Amadeus will research the time machine. Just for knowing, you know. And then we are going in the place I discussed in the front. You have an AI with access to his time machine somehow. And what will it do then? Will it act logically? Which might be dangerous, as I discussed the last time, you know. Save the Earth, so destroy human. Or will it act emotionally? Which is a danger here as well, which would be maybe even worse, I don't know. So I see this dangerous. Right now we are like slithering around it, but it's only a matter of time in my opinion. So we got a little bit of background information about Okarin. I didn't see that one coming. So his family sells veggies. Okay. And he hates eggplants. Okay, I can live with that. I think that's it for this time. I liked it. I hope you did as well. And until the next time, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.